web users? Remember Metroid Prime 4? Nintendo acknowledged it. Welcome to E3 2021. Showing off next to nothing has become the standard in the world of gaming announcements, and Ubisoft started their conference with 3 hours of just footage of games that had already been released. What a world we live in. As is tradition, it's time to read the top comments from the YouTube livestream. I'm not gonna say that, plus it's in Latin. Every year since the dawn of time, also known as 1995, sometime during the summer, the largest gaming event of the year is held. Known as E3, this event brings together all the big names in gaming to announce what they're working on. Companies like Nintendo and Xbox and Square Enix and Capcom show off whatever games and products they're working on, reveal much wanted sequels or new IPs, and some of them even announce new consoles sometimes. In certain cases, studios will let people play their games early at the live venue or show off their games being played in special events. There's nothing else like the unanimous reaction of a crowd live when a huge game like Twilight Princess or a new Halo was announced. But is E3 always good? Is a bad question. Enter E3 2021, one of the weakest showings we've had in a while. While I'm not gonna go over every little announcement, I will go over the ones that interested me and at least a general overview of each day. What were they thinking? 3 hours of showing off existing gameplay of games they already released? Only 2 hours of a 5-hour presentation being devoted to 3 new games, 2 of which just being cutscenes? Ubisoft, why? A game based off of the Avatar movie is announced. No information was given. A new Mario plus Rabbids taking place in space with Rosalina and the Lumas with new controls and combat system. Looks interesting, but eh. Just Dance 2022. Devolver Digital is better at least. They announced some interesting looking games. Trek to Yumi, a black and white cinematic game where you play as a samurai and make your way through a beautiful world. Wizard with a gun looks pretty cool. Inscription will probably summon a demon in my household. And we just got this place exorcised last week, so bottom line, it looks neat, I guess. Overall, day 1 was pretty bad. Oh, but it gets worse, trust me on this one. They talked about a Guardians of the Galaxy game and a spin-off of Final Fantasy made by the same team that worked on Metroid Other M. They're not even worth talking about. This is the day Xbox went rampant. A load of exclusives, mostly first-person shooters, were announced, and good ones at that. Dying Light 2? A new Bethesda IP? Halo Infinite? Forza Horizon 5? What is Redfall and where can I get it? A new Battlefield? The Outer Worlds 2? Salvation? These were all good announcements, crammed into a 50-minute presentation with good pacing and reveals. Dying Light 2 looks particularly interesting to me, and I am psyched for Slime Rancher 2. But this is where it all went wrong. Well, this was a waste. All the major announcements was Capcom giving us a ton of info on stuff they already announced. Nothing new except for DLC for Resident Evil Village. Moving on from this horrible day is... Nintendo ran all of day 4. Nothing else is important. They had a 40-minute presentation, starting with Kazuya from Tekken being announced for Smash.
What do you mean, who am I? It's me, Wario!
Yeah! A new WarioWare? With new microgames and multiplayer? Where do I sign? Shin Megami Tensei 5 looks gorgeous! The art style and the way her hair flows in the world and everything looks amazing! And it's Switch exclusive? Mario Party the top 100, but good! We're getting 3 Life is Strange games on Switch, so that's cool. Advance Wars 1 and 2 are getting rebooted, a remaster of the 3 original Monkey Ball games, the first 3 Danganronpa games, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot with new content, and some other cool games. A Game & Watch with Zelda games on it is being released. Cool, I think. This was absolutely stunning. Breath of the Wild 2's new trailer looks incredible. Maybe even better than the first game. And the trailer music is absolutely wonderful. However, for me, the one thing that got me the most psyched of anything this E3 was hands down not Metroid Prime 4. This was my favorite announcement of E3. A cinematic opening into high-octane, classic 2D Metroid gameplay that we've been missing for so long. The game looks stunning, and the atmosphere of just the trailer was incredibly intense. You could feel the friction of the start of the trailer, right up until Samus got cornered and eventually shot. Then they show the gameplay and announce the release date. What an incredible looking game, and I can't wait to finally have a new 2D Metroid to play in the vein of the classics. So, what did I think of E3 2021? If it wasn't for Xbox and Nintendo, this probably would have been the worst E3 of all time. Because Nintendo and Xbox are the only saving graces of E3, I think both of them just won E3. There were no other contenders, and choosing between the two of them when they're floating above the sea of garbage that was everything else just seems like too much effort put into something not worth the effort. Overall, this E3 was pretty bad generally. At least I did get some things I wanted from Nintendo and Xbox, as well as a lot of people. Basically, if you haven't seen E3 2021 yet, just watch the Xbox and Nintendo segments on day 2 and 4. Yeah, hey, hi, how you doing? Yeah, so, E3 happened almost a week ago. I know, don't remind me, please. I was a little late editing it because I've just been busy ever since E3. Today's been the first almost full day I've had off from just doing stuff. But we got it out here, so that's good. Anyways, how y'all doing? I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I know it was kind of a shorter one, but I hope it was good, and please subscribe and like the video, and thank you. Goodbye.